I'm Ann Argus, and I want to welcome you to the second edition of the 2010 University of Utah Football You Demand It podcast. That's right, fans. You demand it, and we delivered. And I'm very happy to welcome our co-host, Mike Lagerschultz, for a second week with us on the You Demand It podcast.
Well, I'm good to be back with you. What a game it was last Thursday. Sellout crowd, standing room only at Rice Eccles, the third largest crowd in school history. And what a ball game. Utah wins in overtime over Pitt. And one of the guys who played a major role in that game, freshman safety Brian Blechen, he's going to be our guest this week.
And fans, do you want to know why we have Brian Blechen on this week? That's right. That's because you demanded it. So you hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/UAthletics, or you got us on Twitter at twitter.com/Utah Athletics. You demanded it to have Brian on this week, and you gave us the questions for us to ask him. So we want you guys to continue to send us players, coaches that you want to talk to, and the questions we should be asking.
Let's go catch up with Brian after practice. Well, Brian, fans don't know you very well. You're a newcomer to the team from Southern California. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I come from a football family. My grandpa played, my dad played, both my brothers played. And being from Southern California, I'm used to the sun, but I love to go to the snow, so I'm excited for the winter here.
All right, Brian, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty. The start of your life was actually, you were born during Monday Night Football on September 30th. We won't get into the year, not to reveal your age. Do you think that was kind of a destiny that you were meant to be a football player?
Yeah, it might be, I think, just coming from a football family, and the fact that I was born during a game and my parents had to, go in the middle of the game to the hospital. It kind of is a coincidence.
Well, we saw you opening night, your first time as a Ute, and it'll be our first fan question of today's show from John Christopher Elliott. With the big crowd, 45,000 plus, 6,000 Must members jumping up and down and going crazy, how loud was it on the sidelines and on the field?
It was the loudest place I've ever been. I actually messed up a couple times and didn't get my calls right because I couldn't hear anything and I didn't know what was going on. So, it was thundering in there.
Someone told me at Sugar House when Devontae scored the touchdown, they could hear it all the way down on 21st South. It was that loud. That's pretty amazing. Well, let's get to some other questions. Corey Molcock wants to know, was it difficult going from quarterback to safety from a physical standpoint, mental standpoint? You came here as a QB and switched to safety pretty quick during fall camp.
Yeah, I kind of knew coming in that I was going to switch to safety. They told me about a month before. So physically it was hard getting used to the altitude and stuff and getting in shape. But as a safety, coverage-wise, I know what the quarterbacks try to do and stuff like that, being that I was a quarterback. So it helps both ways.
No question. You played there before, right, in high school?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it wasn't totally new to you, but you adapted pretty well. Speaking of adapting to play the game, that big pick in overtime, you got named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week because of that on defense. Just tell us what was going through your mind. Dave Shields wants to know, what were you thinking when that ball was coming towards you?
All I was thinking was, don't drop it. I knew what a big opportunity it was that the quarterback threw it to me, and if I dropped it, it would be bad. So I knew I had to catch it and make the play.
I've heard you have good instincts. You're a guy who really, reads balls and closes pretty well. Would you say that's a strength of yours as well?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I'm good at is anticipating, and just when I get an instinct, I go with it. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, but either way, I try not to hesitate, so good things will happen.
Absolutely.
And that's great, and that kind of leads right into Jeremy Llewellyn, and he asked, you're great at instinct, but how are you looking at the progression of the next few games, things that you've kind of noticed that I still need to work on or I still need to get adjusted to?
Well, I just need to keep studying film and stuff and keep working harder than I did for the Pitt game. So I start to get more consistent with knowing everything. I can know other people's positions. So even when it's super loud in the stadium, I don't need someone else to tell me what to do.
Well, Brian, you're new to the scene, as we mentioned. Maybe tell something that's unique about you that fans would maybe like to know, like your favorite food or your hobby. Anything you can pick out for us.
My favorite food's pizza. Love to watch TV, watch movies, and I love to meet new people.
What's your favorite show?
My favorite show right now is True Blood.
Very nice.
Yeah, the vampires.
Very cool. How about movie? Favorite movie?
I have a bunch. Anything with Denzel Washington's usually pretty good.
Very nice. Well, Brian, thanks for joining us, and continued success to you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Brian Blechen. What a great way to start off your Utah career. And we all can't wait to see you next week against UNLV, starting on the defensive side of the ball for the Utes. I also want to give a special thank you to all the Ute fans who submitted questions. You guys get our special shout out for participating in the U Demand It podcast.
That's right, and fans, this show is for you to be a U Demand It contributor. Find Utah Athletics on Facebook and Twitter. Come out and join us Saturday as Utah takes on UNLV in our second home game. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. The U-Walk starts at 11:30 at the corner of Guards and Way and 5th South, so come on out and join us for that. We'll be there before every home game, and we'll give away some replica Utah foam helmets as well as a signed ball from Coach Whittingham, and also a special 9/11 tribute coming your way on Saturday, so it should be a lot of fun for our second home game coming up on Saturday.
Absolutely, fans. And of course, we have the Flight of the Hawk, Swoop on a Harley. There's all kinds of things going on, so no getting to the game late. Make sure you guys there very early. We have a lot of special celebrations, and we want you to be part of it. Have a great week, and go Utes!